Yeah, we learn about Kubernetes objects. So,
What are the
deployment objects and service object. So, deployment object basically it will create the pods.
awesome? Very nice.
And service object is nothing but a virtual load balancer. So, we used to connect with the entry point to access the pods.
Well,
So, in service object, we have multiple types. Uh,
mhm.
like load balancer and uh, cluster IP, and then node.
Node port and none.
Yeah. So yesterday we did the deploy, right? Like we have deployed one service, right? Normally, we have if you remember, we have deployed one deployment object. We deployed one service object also.
Service object.
So how with the deployment object, what will get created extra ones?
Pods will be created.
Yeah, parts will get created. How do you give deployment to Kubernetes? How are you giving this is the deployment to Kubernetes?
Kind is deployment.
One YAML.
Yeah.
You are giving YAML, right? You are
Yes.
giving one, like for example, like this YAML. How are you giving the service information to Kubernetes?
That is also in YAML.
Yeah, this is also, for example, one YAML. This is in your name. It's up to you. Whatever you will choose it. It's not need to be the same what I follow. It's up to you. YAML can be any naming convention, but seeing that name, we need to know that this is the objective. That's where I'm making it. Yes, you are giving these YAMLs now. Now, because of service, will any parts will get run
No.
No,
in this because of which object the parts will run?
Deployment object.
deployment.
In these objects, in these two objects, where do you give image information in these two?
Deployment object.
Deployment object.
Okay.
Deployment time we are giving.
Yeah. Because of one object, you will be able to access the parts from outside in this
Service YAML.
Service.
service. The type should be
Load balance.
load balancer. Some services we will not expose right outside. Why we have not exposed outside? Yesterday we had given some example, right? Some pods, some deployments we will not expose to outside.
Those will be in private network basically. So,
They will get communicated within internally.
yes.
There will be one home page or front end page that will get called internally, and then that's where the microservices they'll talk to communicate each other internally. Good. Two things you needed anything. If you do deployment, there should be object parallelly one service object. Because of deployment, who will get created? Pods. These pods, if you want access internally Kubernetes also, you can access pods also. But if that pod get deleted, another pod will come, another IP will come. So you cannot track those pod IPs and all internally. So always the service is important. We will talk on it more today. Okay. So what the pod IP, what is that service, something. Two things, deployment, service. Service is to access the pods. Now, how service will select which pods and all, which pods I need to route and all.
We need to mention in
Inspect
each deployment
YAML
condition.
files in specification we have to give
In the service,
select.
there is a we look for a keyword in the interview. This keyword, what is it? Selector something backend. In this, we will be giving some naming convention. That naming should same name should be in the deployment also in the template section one place. Both should match. Then only it will register. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. So yesterday we did deploy right something and all. So now tell me, I wanted to check deployment pods. I want to check, and then I wanted to check my service objects. So tell me from basics. You don't ask me like something. You know the already context, existing environment. What I need to do, you have to walk me through. I need to do for these things. I wanted to check deployments, pods, where the service is running, what type of service, right? This and all. How can I check all this? In the existing environment only, wherever we are.
kubectl get
kubectl
SVC,
get
it will
Where I need to run kubectl command.
automation server.
Yeah, so
Amazon Linux.
first log into automation server, right? That is what our objective.
Yeah.
So log into automation server. Login in the sense SSH. Let's switch it to root user because we are doing here with the root user. So oh yeah, root user only we will switch. In the root user, you can run from anywhere. kubectl, right? From where kubectl is running. This is the path we have copied already. So you can run kubectl from anywhere. kubectl, yes.
Get pods.
Get
Pods.
pods. So which pod we were talking?
Static website, last one.
Static. Yeah, last.
This one, right? This is the one we were talking. Pod is running. Now, if I go inside the pod, if I modify any file, if these pods get deleted, will that data will be permanently? If I'll go inside this pod, I will modify something. I will update index.html, blah, blah, something. If that pod gets deleted, will that data will be saved somewhere?
No.
Pod data is ephemeral, gone. If pod gets deleted, data also will get deleted. Okay, cool. Now, this pod got created because of what?
Deployment object.
We deploy.
So you can check those also. You can check those also. kubectl get deployments, or you can check deploy. Either one command, you can check this thing also. Deployment won't be running. You see here, is there anywhere running something? No. Deployment won't be in the status of running. I'm checking how many deployments I had given to cluster. This is the command I'm giving it. This is the deployment I had given. How many pods you told? How many replicas you told? One.
Replica is one, yeah.
How many are running?
One.
Up to date. This is the metadata. This is what here. Because of this deployment, how many pods got created?
One pod.
One pod. Just a minute. One pod got created it here. Now, if I delete this deployment, one more pod will come. Just connect these dots. This is very little important for you. Yes, we are able to check this thing. I'll come on this. You are checking the pods and you are checking which object, another object. Deployment. Because of this deployment, what got created?
Pod got created.
In this deployment, you told one number. What is that number?
Replica set.
Replicas.
One.
If you delete this pod, if I delete these pods, again pods will come. Who will bring that?
Replica, the deployment object.
Deployment object internally, because you are telling what? Always I need how many replicas?
One
Or let's delete the pod, okay? Not the deployment. Don't delete deployment. kubectl delete PO or pod up to your name. Delete the pod. You can delete pods, not a problem. Until if it is a deployment object, safely you can delete. Paste. So let me keep it here. You should know deploy command, describe command, get command, get PO and all are on the pod object. On the pod related. Okay. Describe and one more. What is the one we are doing? Delete. Delete the pod. kubectl delete PO. You have to give the pod ID complete. Pod ID always observe here how the naming will be there. This is deployment name. This is the deployment name. This is some number internally, some random number it is generating, and then some other number also. So always your pod name will be with your deployment name hyphen some random number will be there. So you have to give that deployment name, some random number. You have to give it. Delete the pod. So in this deployment, I'm using one command get to deploy by 2C. How many pods you told to run here?
One pod.
one pod. Now, because you told this information, you had given this deployment information to API server, then API server will check internally. There is a one pod got deleted. Kubelet will inform that one pod got deleted. Information will given to API server. Then API server will check internally. Hey, there is a deployment. Always I need to have one pod, but that pod got deleted. Let's bring new pod again. Observe. You see here,
Yeah.
automatically pod is coming, right? Did we deploy anything?
No.
How this pod came?
Replica equal to 1.
By this deployment object in the YAML, we mentioned the replica is
Replica
1.
equal to 1.
Less.
That's where. Now, because of deployment object, I'm repeating multiple times. We need to. That's okay. Because of deployment, what pod is getting created internally? Sorry, what is the other object getting created internally?
Pod.
Pod. So you told here replicas, right? Did you deploy pod object or deployment object?
Deployment object.
If you deployed pod object, also you can deploy API version like this. Pod object also you can deploy like this. API version v1 something kind equal to pod also you can deploy here. Metadata name something spec. Here I'll give the image. But in the pod, you cannot mention how many replicas. You cannot mention that. There is no keyword called here. You cannot mention. You cannot mention 10 handle. You cannot know. It is not possible. Where you can give this information in the deployment object stateful set. Those two will accept it. How many replicas should. But in the pod object, you cannot give this number. No. You had given this Apache image something. With this also, if you deploy with this also, pod will come. Pod will come. How this pod came here in this scenario? You deployed this YAML. Which object you used to bring this pod? Here.
Kind pod.
Pod object.
Pod object. If we delete this pod, new pod will not come. Because this, there is no like a replica number. There is no management for this. This is unmanaged. Pod object is unmanaged. Where in the case of deployment object is managed. You are managing what? Internally, what is this number you are telling? Replicas, pod under. Now, here is the question. You will get it here. To deploy application, which object do we prefer? Pod versus
Deployment object.
Deployment.
pod is
Unmanaged.
deployment is
Managed.
what is unmanaged? If you delete pod gone, the because of this pod object kind equal to pod will come. But if you delete this pod gone, where in the case of deployment internally creating what object internally? Pods. If you delete these pods, again pods will come because of one number. What is that number?
Replica.
Replica.
Because. So deployment object is creating internally which object again?
Pod only.
Pod objects.
Pod object. One more object it will create. That is called replica set. That's what I was telling it. We don't deploy. There are some objects, right? Deployment objects. Pod.
Deployment. Manifest.
Stateful set, daemon set, and then
Replicas.
and replica controller under. This replica controller is older one. We are not using now. Replica controller they made as a currently you can say replica set only. If you do deployment, two objects will get created internally. Replica set, pod. The number, let's say if you delete the pod, another pod is coming right in the deployment. It's not the deployment is bringing. Internally, this is the object. The replica set object is the one bringing that. Because you are telling, right, how many replica sets to be there. Let's check that. Let's check that. kubectl get replica set. You see here? You see here? You see here? What is the object we deployed?
Deployment object.
Deployment object. Replica set got created internally. One more object. What object it is creating?
Pod.
What object? But what is the object you deployed?
Deployment.
Because of this deployment object, what object deployment internally will create? That's you no need to touch anything. What object created here?
Pod.
Replica and pods.
Replica set pod. Now here is the question. Which one among these three will be running?
Pod will be running.
Which one will be with the worker node among these three?
Pod.
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 This replica set deployment information will be there with whom?
Master node.
Master node. It will be the master node only. Now you see here how the pod naming convention. Can you tell me? You have to tell me the correlation. There is a correlation. Observe the pod name. Observe the replica set name. Observe the deployment name. This is my deployment name. What I had given. Deployment
First
internally created.
Internally created one pod and replica set.
Internally created.
Replica set ID.
Observe the replica set naming convention.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
deployment name.
Deployment name and one
ID created replica set ID.
Replica set
ID will
ID.
be same.
And
same
then
as
the
in pod. Yeah.
and then the pod. By
Pod
seeing
ID.
what is this name? This full name.
Pod name.
Pod.
This name.
Okay, this one is replica set name.
Replica set name. So you know, right? Who is bringing this pod internally?
Replica set.
Replica set. So that's where we don't create directly replica set. Let me keep it here. Flow, deployment, internally creating replica set. Because of replica set, who are coming? Pods.
Pods.
So here is the question. What is the difference between pod object and a deployment object?
Yeah, pod
Deployment
is
object.
managed. Deployment is managed object. So
Pod
once
don't have the
pod got
replica.
deleted,
Yeah, pod doesn't have replica. True. If pod gets deleted, another pod will not come pod object. In the deployment, if we delete the pod, automatically who is bringing?
replica set will
Replica
be
set.
Replica set. Did we deploy replica set object? No.
No.
What is the role of replica set? That makes sure that how many number of replicas should be available. This is how it will make sure that. Internal. Cool. So now you know deployment internally creating some objects. That information you know. If you delete a pod, automatically will come. If I delete a deployment,
everything gone.
pod also will get it deleted. Replica set also will get deleted. We have YAML. That's okay. We can go ahead and then delete. Let's say OPT workspace. We have YAMLs right here. I can bring back again deployment YAML. Let me see. Cat deploy to.yaml. This is our custom image. Yeah, I'll delete this. Observe here. I'm going to delete the which object?
Deployment.
Deployment.
Get deploy. Observe. Keep it here.
Delete.
Deploy. You are deleting full head only. Let's see. Sorry. Keep CTL. Get PO. What is missing here?
Static website our pod is gone.
Get a replica set. Let's see. It will maintain some history or something. Gone. Replica set has been gone. So very careful we should be about which one we shouldn't delete.
Deployment.
Deployment.
So you can delete a pod, but that pod should be created from which object?
Replica set object.
Replica set or internally you can call deployment object. That they will bring it up again. Let's deploy again. We have YAML, kubectl,
FNF.
FNF, deploy. You see here, it's clearly saying it. You are going to create one object. Which object? Deployment object. This is the name of the deployment. How can I check deployment object created or created or not?
kubectl get pods.
No.
Deploy. Sorry. Deploy.
Deployment. You should know the clarity now. What is the deployment? What is the replica set? Deployment is just a YAML object you are giving to whom this information. This information with whom it will be?
API server.
Master,
Yeah.
API server. Because of this deployment, who are getting created?
Replica set and pods will be created.
Pods. So kubectl will get PO. No pod got created. Where this pod will be with the master or master info
Worker.
will be there. Just a master. Nothing. It won't be running. Where it will be there in this pod?
Worker.
The
Worker.
worker node. That's how the theory bridge. Obviously, replica set will be there. Now, if I delete the pod again, who will come?
One
Pod
more.
will
Pod will
Another
come.
pod. Now, I want to increase the more pods. 2 pods I want to increase.
We have to
In
increase the number in
deployment
replica.
ML.
Deploy dot ML.
we have to increase.
We have replica 1.
Replica.
Line number
8.
8.
take this file. Again,
Apply.
now check the deployment object. Check the deployment object. Get deploy. How many you told pods? How many pods you told?
2.
How many are running? This is the target. This is currently.
Yeah.
2.
2.
Now check the pods also.
Yeah. 2 are
Where these are running?
These are
Worker
running.
Worker node.
How many worker nodes are there? How to check? Like this command. Kubectl get.
nodes.
How many worker nodes we have? 2. In which worker node those pods went? You have to do describe this pod. This is the, let's copy this one. They will take care internally, okay? That is not our job. How they are described. PO, you have to describe PO, pod or whatever. Describe PO.
Pod type.
Take the pod ID. Right? Here you see, right? In the top level also you can see here. This is a node. This is your EC2 mission. IP something. One pod is running in this node. One pod. Let's check the other pod also. Or you can check here also. You see right here, it is selling. Scheduler assigned to this node. Now, in this node, kubelet is pulling the image successfully this and that. Let's see another pod also. One pod is ending with NH. Another pod also. Let's see another pod. They went to the same node or both the different node I'm checking. They can go to the same node. It's up to that scheduler decision.
So describe pod.
Sorry. Describe
Pod.
PO pod up to your name. Yeah. This went into that 2.14. 2.14. Now let's scale 2 more pods. Okay.
So I'm observing the replica set is creating only one ID. That is, it will create only one, right?
Yes, replica set will be only one. Yes.
Understood.
Now let's go and then edit this one into 5. Controller again. Okay. If you modify the YAML again, what you have to do every time? You have to give it back.
Deployment.
You have to apply back.
Deploy.
Get PO. Now you see, right?
5 pods are running.
How many nodes we have?
5.
nodes.
How many nodes? Not pods, I'm asking. How many nodes?
Yeah. We have to check.
How many worker nodes we have total?
2 nodes.
2 worker nodes only. In this, maybe 3 could have been there. In this, 2 could have been there. It's up to that. You can check. How I was checking, the pod went into which node?
Kubectl describe command.
You getting what I mean? I'm checking pod on which node? Like this, I was checking, right? kubectl
Describe pod name.
Describe you can use for any object. Okay. This went into this node 2.14. Like that, you can check reverse also. on which node on that node, how many pods are there? You can do reverse also. Get nodes, kubectl, describe. Which object I'm describing now?
Node.
Node. Previously, which object I did it described?
Pod.
Pod.
So describe you can do for any object in Kubernetes. kubectl display that object name. Next, the object original name. Let's check it.
Node.
What is the command I'm doing now?
Kubectl describe
What?
node.
Okay. Which pods in which node we are trying
Yeah,
to
on this node, on this worker node,
Um,
what are running? What is about this? I wanted to know about more about this node. Go ahead. You see here? You see here something.
Yeah, 3 pods are running.
On this node, how many pods are running? 3 pods.
3.
Total, how many replicas I told here?
5.
5. 3 are in one node, 2 are in another node. It's up to that decision. Okay. Now, please, very important. Very important. What is the command I did checked? On that node, what pods are running? You can do vice versa. That pod on which node also you can check. On that node, what pods are also you can check. I have checked it here. Observe here. This we have deployed it. Nginx, static, Apache. You see, right? AWS node, EBS ESI node, kubeproxy. These are extra. These came by default. We have not touched it. Okay. This we have not touched it. We'll talk about this more later. Okay? Now, if you go here more, you will know about that EC2 mission capacity, how many CPUs, how much RAM, all that info will be there. This is about metadata, tags about that EC2 tags and all. So you should know by this time. For this, what is the command?
Describe.
kubectl describe pods
Pod.
and pod ID.
For this?
Kubectl describe
Describe node.
Node ID.
Node name.
Yeah, node name or ID. How do I get the node ID?
kubectl get node.
Kubectl. Yeah. How to check? Kubectl get
Node.
Node.
That's it. These are
Kubectl get pods.
we will get habituated. You will get habituated. Maybe the first time we are doing it, you will get habituated. This is our day out work. So good. Now you know some properties. The kubectl command behind the pods, how it is coming. If you delete the pod, how the pod is coming now. So pods are running. Now I wanted to access outside, right? Which object?
Service.
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 There is a
And
command you
IP
can check.
profile.
Services are there or not. Kubectl get
Service.
FAC. Kubectl get
Yes.
FAC. Service also you can give. So yesterday we deployed, right?
Yes.
We deployed. In this service, what is the deployment object I deployed?
Load balance.
1 second. Let me open this. This is my deployment ML. This is my deployment ML. We deployed our own image or internet image we deployed.
Internet.
Mesh.
Internet image.
No.
From public image or our own custom image, this one.
This is our own custom image.
This is our own.
Yeah. Now, whatever the pods, right, in these pods, that is also needed. This is one of the most important tasks. These are our pods, right? In these pods, which image is running? How do you check? All that Sabka Malik. Single
Describe.
command. Anything if you want to know about pod, this is a single command. Go here, paste. Here.
Image name.
So that pod created from public image or our own custom image, this one.
Our custom image.
This is our AWS account, right? Custom image only you are running. How do you know that pod in which image is running? In
Yes,
Our
pod,
ID, our login ID.
in pod, in which image is running? How are you checking?
The describe command.
Describe.
This pod went into which node also?
describe.
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 So describe we use a lot to know how much you can specify here how much CPU, how much RAM. If I want to know pod info, pod something keyword comes, always the first command you should say is the describe. Cool. Now you know that this deployment got created from our own image. This is the image. Sorry, this is the deployment we deployed. This is the image. Now, because of this, pods got created. How many pods we got created? Total 5. But if I want to access this pod outside, what is the object you need?
Service.
Service. Here in the service, where are you saying that select those deployment? Service cannot select directly pods. No, it cannot
Right.
select directly.
Again, deployment.
Yeah,
Here, right?
selector.
Select this name.
Should match with labels.
These names. You can I give another name instead of app, right? You can give test also like this. Hello. It's up to your name. No need to be app something. It's labels. It's up to your choice. Can I give more labels? Yes, you can give a number of labels here also like test. Something you can give it. No need to follow app something. No. It's up to any name you can give it here. Any name. It's up to your name.
Now
It's
I
up.
have one doubt. In that labels, can we mention sir different label have different names? Suppose this label have app, this label have work, this label have hello.
No, here, right? This one should match. These two among these two, they should match. This one. We'll see. We will do demo now. I have one demo for that. We'll
Okay.
see. Okay. Now, service is selecting which object here?
Selector.
That's right.
No, I was asking which object this one.
Label.
Okay. Deployment
Selector.
object. Which one will
Okay. Deployment object.
Exactly, deployment object. Because of the deployment object, what got created?
Pods and replicas.
The equation is like this, for example, okay? I'm just giving some random, okay? Like kind of trigonometric, something matrix. A to B, B to C. Now A to
see?
C. That's what here. So internally, right? Internally, those pods automatically will get registered with the service. How do you check the service is there?
Kubectl gets
kubectl.
SNCR service.
Service will be running. Service is
No.
something running or just a
No.
definition?
Just
Definition.
definition.
You should know that clarity. Who will be running in the Kubernetes cluster?
Pods.
Pods.
Service, deployment, all are like virtual. You should know that all are virtual keywords. Okay. Now, good. What is the service type I have deployed? You know the service type load balancer,
Load
port, cluster IP, none.
Classic load balance.
Here it is very clear. What is this type?
Load
Load
balance.
balance.
This service selecting whom?
Deployment object.
Deployment object.
Describe that also. Describe.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Describe.
Decryption.
Very important. Observe, please. This is very describe service. You see, right? Service somewhere.
Yeah.
Start decryption. Yeah, selector.
What is this guy?
Deployment object.
Deployment object. Very important. Somewhere you see here. Somewhere here, Apache port number is there. You have to tell me. In this somewhere. Apache.
Yeah. Unset.
Okay, this is the one.
And below
The target port of
Target port also.
Yeah.
And endpoints.
Endpoints also.
In the endpoint,
end-
you see, right? How many are there? 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3, 5.
Total
See?
5.
Total 5.
What is this? What are these? 5 somewhere you don't know where
The
you.
replicas.
2 more means
No, it's parts ID.
Or replicas, whatever the.
Yeah, exactly. So now let me go here example. Okay. Now we'll go to VM mode. Okay. VM's model. You have a load balancer. Behind you attached EC2. EC2s will have IP addresses or not?
Yeah,
Yes.
they have.
So internally EC2 model. Internally load balancer also will have a endpoint and then IP address also. This load
Right.
balancer is registered with this IPs only, right? Internally.
Right.
Same way, whenever services match this name deployment, whatever the deployment pods got created, they will get registered here internally. If we send a request to this service, this request internally will goes to, what are these?
Endpoints.
endpoints.
If you send a request to whom?
Yes, yes.
If I
Service.
send a request to whom? Service.
Service.
That service can be any type. If I send a request to service, service internally will forward request to whom? These guys.
Pods.
How these pods came internally? Because of you are matching here, right? This name. Let me give a wrong name. Let's give a wrong name. Here, let's give a, like, for example, test. Okay. Let's give a test. Oh, yeah, let it be test. Give a wrong name. VA.
Service.nl.
Here you are giving a wrong deployment name, okay? Keeps it up, apply, service bug data. Now, same service object will get modified because it is the same name, right? It is the same name. It will get overwritten. If you have same name, right? If you modify it, it will get overwritten. Previous one will get overwritten. Now, how to check service is there or not?
kubectl get SVC.
QCTL.
Get
Get
SVC.
SPC.
Now, service correctly, yes, service is there, but is it selected the pods or not?
QCTL describe
Service.
SPC and ID. Yeah. Endpoints none.
But
No.
pods are running or not?
Running.
Yes, running.
Pods are running. We didn't touch the deployment, but which are not there.
Service endpoints.
Where is matching? Where is something missing right here? Where is something missing?
Deployment update.
Here. Where is that section?
Selector.
Selector.
Now, two ways. You can solve this problem two ways. Tell me. One, take this
We
name,
can. Yeah.
update in where?
ML.
In the here. Where in the deployment also you can update, or take the deployment name, update in where?
Service.
Service. You getting right? You can solve this problem in two ways. One is select the service ML, or take this name, update in where?
Deployment.
Deployment object, and then again you need to deploy it. It's up to you. What is the thing? Okay. Now let's take this one. Let's update here. Now let's see access. No, this is where the beauty. Because of service, what is been created?
Endpoint. Load balance.
Load balancer, right? Let's take this load balancer endpoint. Let's take this load balancer endpoint. Access now, outside.
Error response.
Now let's check in the curl command also. Let's check the curl command status. Curl FNI HTTP. In my local, I'm accessing, okay? In my local, not in the Bastion handle. Here also what it is saying, something empty reply from server.
Server.
Some error we are getting. Now, this is where here. You are accessing what?
Load balance.
This load balancer got created because of
Service.
This service is having
Mismatch of deployment object.
label for deployment. Because of this deployment, what got created here? Pods. Here is the
Pods.
bridge. Here is the bridge is missing. Let's correct this one. Now tell me where need to what need to be corrected here. Tell me.
You need to change the app name.
Selector in the app,
Static website. We have to copy.
match this static website.
Bring this ML.
I think we have already. We can deploy direct service.yaml, right?
Let's see that ML is correct or not. Yeah, this is correct. Yes. kubectl apply. We are not creating new service. Same
Yeah.
object we are overwriting with this ML.
Right. Service.
Now how can I check all correct or not?
Same. kubectl describe. Yes, now it's running.
So I have seen majority this kind of problem. Somewhere deployment name matching name, it won't be matching with the service. Look at the service name. They'll be accessing with this. They'll be telling us, hey, I'm getting issue now. Something. Now let's access the load balancer again. For few minutes, the correct load balancer, it should be working. Describe get SVC. It should be working. Yes. From where we are getting this response? Who is
Worker node.
pod, right? Internally.
Yeah,
How many pods we have?
5 pods.
5 pods. So you are sending request directly to pod or to whom via this request is going?
Service.
Load balance.
Browser to load balancer. This load balancer got created because of which object?
Service objects.
Service object selected whom?
Deployment object.
Deployment. Because of the deployment, who got created? Pods.
Pod.
Let's bring down the pods. We'll make 0. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's bring down the 0. Please do this kind of activity. Then only you will know it. Because they'll be doing the mistakes. Developers will be doing the mistake. Ctl deploy to.yaml. Now, how can I check pods? How many we told kubectl get deploy? How many you told?
0.
0.
How many pods are running now?
0.
For our application, 0 pods are running. Gone.
Yes.
Very good. Let's access. Service is down or pods are down?
Pods are down.
Service won't be run. It won't be down and all something. Service is a object definition. Pods will be down. Worker nodes may be down. Let's check in the command line the status. Browser will take time. Oh, sorry. I will give you the status, success or failure or something. It is also taking time, man. Let's wait. Yeah.
There is.
Why, when you see this error, what is that meaning? You have seen
There
this,
are no pods.
you have seen this error 2 times.
Yeah. One is there is no pods, or one is there is no, like, service is not getting from there.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
So misconfig in the
Service.
one and one more. If pods are
That's down.
or obviously worker nodes also goes down. Obviously pods also will be go down, right?
Yes.
That's what. Now like bring back the count. Where can I do that?
replicas label.
Control R, get PO. Are you installing any m install, wget, anything you are doing, anything? All are coming from image. Everything is coming from Docker image.
Yeah.
Now let's make it. Let's access this one. Good, good. Now I wanted to add. Here is the one task. Here is the one task. Okay. Just I'm doing complete setup again. Okay. You will have a very clear error now, very clear components now. I wanted to add background color for this. Usually, who will do that job?
Developer.
Developer.
But just I'm doing it simple for test purpose. This is what my task. Okay. Please have this lab yourself only. One lab. Access. Simple. Create a screen from your custom image. From ECL. What and all object you deploy for this? One is the deploy.
Deployment object service.
Service. Please do this lab you guys only. And second task I'm doing it. Second task. Add some BC color. Okay. Now you tell me how this page came, what and all process we did from initial. One.
We have installed Apache
Create the Docker file, and
Let's,
index.html.
we build the image, log into the ECR, and push the image,
Yeah.
and create a manifest.
Create.
Manifest. YAML.
Service YAML. Now already we have this setup, right? Already we have this setup.
Yes.
Already we have. Now I need to add some color, background color. Which file we will modify?
Index.html.
Index.html. Please, this usually who will do that activity? Developers will do. Now let me go here into my local. Where was that? I think here is the code. I'll bring that code into local.
Axer.html.
Here. No.
Workspace. Workspace.
Yeah.
Axer.html folder.
Yeah. Let me go inside the axer.html. Yeah. Let's go to here also, axer.html. Here we brought a lot of content. Let me delete all this. I'll keep that same matching to our pattern. Let's.
You're removing index also.
Yeah, let it go. We'll create it back.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to create the same matching pattern of where is this? Yeah. Now here inside that what file I'm going to create?
Index.html.
This is of my current code H1. This is KTest.
Okay.
If I want to add some background color, it's been long. Index. Let me check.
Yeah. You have to style ID. Sorry, style.
This is how it will come. Let's copy
Yeah.
paste this code. Okay. This is the code. Now here, this is say that KTest. Let's remove all this. This is where they're bringing some color. Okay.
Order.
Yeah. Save this. Now in developer, he can test in local also, right? This code he can do in his local Docker build, Docker
Yeah.
run. He can test in local something. If he has a Docker tool in his laptop, if it works, then he will give this code to ourselves. Let's bring this code. We are doing complete setup again. VA index.html. This line. Paste. Cool. Save this file. Yeah, I have updated the code, right? Let's access the page. You have to tell me, please.
We have to build image.
I have not got the output. What we modified now?
Code.
Yeah.
Code only we have modified. Observe, please. Code only we have modified it. Now, no need to touch the Docker file until there is a specific instructions from the dev team. Okay. Now, see the Docker file lines also. This is the folder
Yeah,
you
we
are
didn't
modifying.
change. Yeah,
So which folder you modified?
Oxer,
Inside that, what file we modified?
index.
Now again, what is that process? Same process. Docker build. Let's give this tag into what is the tag? Previously, what is the tag we were deployed?
1.
12, right? Something.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, maybe 11, I think.
Let's see. Here.
12.
12.
12.
Always we will increment. Observe. This is the beauty. Increment. 13. Docker build
Okay.
at the end space dot. Done. Now Docker build is done. Now again, what you need to do this?
Push that image.
This is there. Now before you need to do ECR login. Login to ECR. Done. Next.
Docker push.
You see, right? What is the commands I'm using? I'm doing Control R. My previous history, just I'm whatever in this, right?
Yeah.
In this, right? Whatever the little string I remember, I'm typing that string Control R, that complete line will come. That's where your productivity. You don't need to type completely whole the command again. Control R, part of the command, full command will come, just run. That's it. Now, Control E. Control E will go to the end of the line.
And
Control A will go to the first line, first keyword. Control E 3. That's where the productivity also, this is also matters. That work will be done very fast. Docker push. Now where is the image?
ECR.
Here.
In ECR.
Next,
Is here.
this is what
Next,
the
we have to do. We have to deploy.
You have to deploy that image.
where I need to modify.
Deploy.ml.
Deploy that.
Deploy dot. No. Deploy. Do dot. Yeah.
Do that.
Where?
Image in lost.
That's it. I'm sorry. Something wrong. Now that's it. 13 I have updated it. Let's save this one. Next.
kubectl apply -f deployment to .yaml.
Then check the pod is running or not. New
Yeah.
pod.
Yeah.
What is happening old pod?
Terminate.
If this new pod comes to running status, automatically the old pod will go into terminating. This should come to what status?
Running status.
Running status.
Running. Then only they will go to terminating. That's what the rolling update. Without downtime. Now see. Now what is another object we need to deploy? Previously,
Service.
I think service is not required, I guess.
service not required. Service is
Because-
one-time activity.
Yeah.
Docker file also one-time activity. Every time, what is your job? Developer change the code, build, push, modify that deployment YAML version image, deploy. That's it. Now access the page.
Yeah.
Now all of suddenly you think developer don't want this. You want to revert the previous code. You don't want to see this page. You want to revert this page again. You want to go to the previous version.
Yeah, we can go and change the number like 30 to 12, and we have to.
No, in YAML we apply that image like a 12.
Here, right? Now
Yeah.
you see it here. That's it. Control apply. Now see the pod is running. Yes. This got terminated. Another came. Now refresh it. In the VM model, how much time it will take for this too? In the VM.
Yeah, it will take a lot of time.
It's a manual, right? Again, somewhere you have to do Terraform. Terraform, you have to prepare for that. Bring down one. At least like if you have more than one pods, yeah, right? If you have 10 pods also, it's all matter of seconds, right? You see how within. You remember I was telling long back one keyword. We will bring the environment within seconds. It's up to the application configuration how much time it will take. So you are seeing, right? To roll back, to deploy, to take a feature to production. So see, DevOps, what is the main theme DevOps?
Fast delivery. Agile
Fast
methodology.
Agile method.
Agile. In Agile, what is mean by Agile?
Fast delivery,
Fast delivery.
fast feedback.
Fast delivery, feedback fast. Whether if it is not working, get it back immediately to the previous version. Now, if you go to the same thing, right? Let's say you went to VM. In the VM Apache folder, where do you deploy? Where www.html, you deploy code. Again, you need to remove that code. You have to clear that code. Again, bring the latest code, copy, RM. It's no right. Everything is coming from where? Image. If this image is not working, let's go back to the previous image. So please do this task. I would request you guys. This is the you deploy this one, access it, roll back to the previous version again. This is what here, roll back. So now environment is ready. Now you know my developer is changing the code. What will be my regular job?
Build image, push image, deploy.
Deploy
Deploy.
that.
That's it.
Image.
And access, check the endpoint is there or not. This endpoint, you know, right? We can register in somewhere. This endpoint, you know, in Route 53, I can register.
Yeah.
I can access with the domain name only. Any thoughts you want to ask on this process? Deployment, service, something.
So normally developer will tell only port number, right? Remaining means like IP address and all automate when it is in AKS. Am I right?
1 second. No? What is that question?
Yeah. So developer will tell which port he need to access this his like his application that he will tell service like IP address and all it automatically from the AKS only, right? We won't touch IP address and all. Means like no VPC, no nothing. We won't touch.
No.
Yeah. Only port number we have to give whatever developer will give.
I'll give this developer to that set. I will ask him
Okay.
like example. Let's
You know, maybe he will ask, I want this application some port number or something. Then we have to give that port number, right?
yeah, first question, let's say, yeah, we will come with I have a specific discussion for that, what to ask.
Okay. Okay.
With them. I'll have a separate session, how to negotiate, how to conversion. Start conversation. Let's say conversation on application features. Let's say for example, now let's say he came with this option. He brought you code index.html. What questions you will ask him back? Whether I need to take a base image Apache. See, I'll tell you blindly one thumb rule. Where this code has been developed?
HTML.
No, not language. Where this code developed?
In
Who
local.
developed this code?
Local.
Who developed this code?
Developer.
Develop.
He could have tested in his local, right? Everything.
Yes.
He knows more than us on that application. So
Right.
he tested in his local either Apache or Nginx something. Some could have. So you need to ask him, what is the one you tested in your local? Some developers are very smart. They will write this file also. Everything they'll keep in their local Docker file. Everything they'll keep in their local Docker file, code. Everything they'll keep it in their local. So they will give this file both together to some developers. Now, if they give Docker file, they only selected the base image and all. Sometimes, right, in the company, we don't allow them to use the public images. Even now, let's see this Docker file. Let's see this Docker file. From where the Apache you are pulling?
HTTP. It's a Docker hub.
Look,
Docker
Docker
Hub.
Hub.
What we do, we don't allow Docker Hub. This internet image also, right? We will pull from internet. We will keep into our ECR also.
Okay. From ECR we can pull here.
From internet we will push to ECR. Like how do we do? Like for example, like this. Docker pull. You are pulling image. Next. Docker push. Let's tag that image. Docker images. We need to tag this. If you want to push that image, right, it should be in specific format, this image. Docker tag HTTPD tag with this naming convention. /httpd:/1 something. Then push it here. Sorry, yeah, this is correct. Now, next time onwards, I'll give developer to this one, like this. If developer test, right, in the companies, they'll have a standards like this. From where Apache is they're pulling now?
ECR,
Previously?
public hub,
Now, which is trusted? Public trusted or our own registry is trusted?
our own registry.
This is how we will do. This is one of the, if developer test right in his local, I will tell him, like, hey, you are testing this image, but we have a practice. We don't allow from outside. Tell me that base image. I will scan that image. We will scan this image first. That it shouldn't have some kind of very severe vulnerabilities and all. Then if it is not having that severe vulnerabilities and all, then I will allow him to use it. If there is a vulnerability, we need to fix this image. We need to see that. Or we need to write from our own base image. That's the thing.
So the version control also we have to take care.
Yeah, that's first thing. Yeah. So now you know the clarity, right? How to check the I think maybe repository may not be there. I think we may need to create the repository. That's it. Yeah. Now this is called our own base images. This is previously we were pulling from internet. Now we have our own images also. That we will do. We will go with our own images concept. Now, my objective here is this is what K8s. Why K8s we came? For DevOps, one of the best tool to deliver is software. K8s is the best guy. How to run a pod? What objects we went through? How to access a pod? And debugging commands like get pod, describe pod, delete pods, check the service info. More. What is the keyword if you remember in the service info? Whether correct pods are there matching? Endpoint. So these are all you should have a clarity. The internally, where the pod is running worker node, how to check the worker node information more. For all that, you can use as many as time these commands. No problem at all. And one more, yeah, very good, important thing. Apply. You can use these commands as many as times. No problem at all. You should be careful with this command. Any thoughts you want to ask on it? Deploying one simple image, accessing it outside and all.
So this all we are doing on EKS. If I want to do in Kubernetes, I have to run a separate EC2 mission. There I have to pull this all this, right?
1 second.
Yeah.
You want to set up your own EKS, huh? Own K8s.
Yeah, own K8s actually. Because see, if some companies won't not using EKS, if they ask me to do in Kubernetes, then I have to do with how to create an EC2. I have to create a EC2 mission. There I have to install Kubernetes.
Yeah.
Then I have.
You mean to say on premises, not in the cloud.
Okay.
In the on-premises you are asking, right? You want to.
Okay, in cloud only EKS is the one which is supporting Kubernetes, or we can do on
Which cloud, for example?
AWS.
AWS, EKS. There is one more guy, is there? ECS, but ECS is not the Kubernetes at all.
Okay.
There is no master. That is completely owned by AWS guy. AWS.
Okay, if we want to do in on-premises, then we have to do in if you want to use Kubernetes, it should be on on-premises only, not in the cloud.
If you want to Kubernetes, you can go in the cloud also. You can go with the cloud also. EC2 in the cloud. You are using AWS cloud, right?
Right.
And you have EKS.
Okay.
You should lock this is where your experience is coming. Why I will go? They have very best feature. This is like your whole day
manual.
We will time waste.
Right.
This is the time waste process. Don't go at all. As a solution architect, this is what our job. You are giving a solution. Go to EKS. Don't go at all EC2. Can I go if I want? You can go. You can experiment. You can go. What you can take? You can take one EC2. This is the master. You need to install all those tools. What and all?
API server, etcd, scheduler, controller.
All those you need to install.
Mhm.
There is a tools are there which will bring automatically. And
Understand.
one more work, and one more very important, you need to install this software also. Docker.
Docker. Yeah.
Same we need to install here again.
Kubelet,
Now
proxy, kube proxy.
Docker.
Docker.
But you have to make it more workers, you have to rebuild again. Now in eCase, right? I wanted more EC2 mission. Simply I'll go to autoscale group. I will increase the number node count, right?
Replica.
Autoscale group.
Yeah.
If my pods are pending, there is a one tool is there. Autoscaler. There is a one tool called one pod. We will deploy that pod, autoscaler pod. Or one more called Carpenter. If pod is pending, automatically they'll bring node also. These tools. There is a one pod is there. You need to deploy extra pod. The beauty with this pod is, if pod is pending, they'll bring automatically node also. You no need to go to autoscale group. No need to increase that number. No need to do that. See, that's where the beauty, right? Don't go to EC2 KTS. No. If it is on, yes, you don't have an option.
Yeah.
Good. So now, let me go. You have to tell me these answers. You know already the story. How many deployments I did deployed?
2.
For now. How many deployments I did?
Okay. To access outside
Static website. How many service objects I deployed?
2.
Service objects.
Deployment.
No. How many deployment objects I did deployed with this application, for this application?
Okay, two objects. One was deployment object, one was the service object.
One is the service
Service.
object. This service type, what is this service type?
Load balancer.
Now I want to deploy one more application, Python application. This is which language?
HTML.
I wanted to deploy Python application, Python. Okay. Yeah, we will make our own Docker file, Python code. Then tell me that image is there, separate repository. Next, what I need to do?
We need to write a deployment YAML.
You have to write one more
Deployment.
deployment YAML. Next,
Service YAML.
same load balancer, different load balancer.
Different load.
Different load balancer. Now one more. I wanted to deploy WordPress application.
Yeah, same. Again, we have to.
What is getting increased here?
Load balancers.
Now, please, I'm giving a task for you guys. Okay. You have to tell me tomorrow how to avoid. Go on and search yourself. Okay. How to avoid multiple load balancer creation and deploy Python application. See, you see in the internet, just simple. Okay. I'll tell you in Python also. Flask. Check for Flask application in KTS. You go and Google, you have to come with the answers for this. You know already some concepts behind. You have to correlate with our old model.
Yeah, we can change the port number. Right? We can assign port number.
Not immediately. Check.
Okay. Yeah.
The points. For both are different topics, okay? But tomorrow we will be doing this thing. Okay.
Fine.
So this will be my front end. I'm going to use. This will be my back end. That's where the concept I'm going. Front end, back end, different microservices concept will bring. Okay. So please tomorrow you check these topics. Can you guys review the points? What did you learn today? One.
We have learned about the describe command, like how we can describe the pods, nodes, services.
2 times we deployed, right?
Yes.
And we did
Rollback.
also.
Yeah.
So we are accessing, we tried with accessing lab. App with what?
Load balance.
If you are able to load balancer, Route 53 is just a tip step, that's it. It doesn't matter for
Right.
us. Now, very important is
Debug.
debugging commands. What are those?
Describe.
Get pods, get nodes, get SVCs.
Deployment.
QCTL describe.
Very careful, delete command. Deploy. You have to pass here deployment name next. Next, kubectl.
Nodes.
So very important in the service, you should match the correct service is matching or not. So the basics. So if you are able to access to the load balancer with these topics, we are very clear on this flow. Please, I'm requesting guys, do this setup yourself only. But for tomorrow, you check this too. You have to come with some kind of inputs.
Sure.
Thank you guys. We'll stop it here.
Thank you so much.